Dear friends, dear cultural community, today Ukraine is fighting a full-scale Russian invasion. We have been under violent military attack by the Russian Federation since February 21st. The enemy is attacking us by using ballistic and cruise missiles, multiple rocket launcher Grad, and tanks, including arms forbidden by international communities. Russian army turned to the simple terroristic tactic. They are bombing small and large Ukrainian cities, including hospitals, kindergartens, schools, museums, cultural heritage objects, causing large number of casualties among civilians and preventing the humanitarian corridors. The Russian occupants continue to ruthlessly destroy Ukrainians' cultural heritage, publicly saying that no Ukrainian culture exists and didn't exist. They continue to shell Ukrainian museums and destroy Ukrainian theaters. All the means are direct to support our troops to win the war. For this, by the resolution of the Cabinet of Ministers of Ukraine from March 10, our foundation funds in the amount of 18.2 million euros that had to finance grants for cultural projects in 2022 will be directed to the Ukrainian army to counter aggression by the Russian Federation. At the same time, the Ukrainian Cultural Foundation continues its work to fight Russian aggression and support our defenders. We are fighting the aggressor on all fronts. We stay strong. We believe in the Ukrainian army. We believe in European solidarity and help. More and more Ukrainian artists, actors, singers, painters, writers, etc. are taking up weapons and defending our homeland. Losses of Ukrainian culture include not only tangible cultural heritage as museums, monuments, architecture, theaters, etc., but also intangible. At risk are the people who are carriers of traditions and of tradition and folklore, as well as professional artists and cultural managers, and other creative professionals who form Ukrainian cultural identity. On behalf of the Ukrainian Cultural Foundation and all cultural organizations and institutions in Ukraine, we are asking for your public solidarity and support. We call European and international institutions, foundations, associations to work together to restore the peace in Ukraine. We hope that you will not only hear, but also do everything possible to protect Ukraine, Europe, and finally the whole world from bloody Russian aggression. Everyone who is afraid to oppose is responsible. We asked you yesterday. We ask you today. Major international business, sport association, governments around the world publicly announced that they stopped any relationship with Russia. We have to speak openly. We ask you to end any cultural relationship with Russia and stop supporting Russia. We appeal to you to stop relationships with Russian-based institutions. We call to cancel any cooperation with Russian artists, no matter how great our famous, as long as they openly support Putin's regime, silence its crimes or don't publicly and directly oppose it. We ask you to remove representatives affiliated with the Russia state or Russia capital from supervisory and advisory boards of your organization. We believe that any kind of dialogue of resuming activities with representatives of Russia in the international cultural community is possibly only after the complete liberation of Ukraine from Russian troops. Acknowledgement of war crimes conducted towards Ukraine and Ukrainian culture and cultural heritage, and statement of repayment of retributions for the damage caused to Ukrainian cultural heritage. We are really thankful about letters of support and action you to take to support Ukrainian cultural sector. There are already programs available to Ukrainian refugees, artists and cultural professionals, but we also need your support in Ukraine. If you ask, how can we help? The easiest way is donating to cultural organizations such as Ukrainian Cultural Foundation so that we can continue our work and cold open programs of support for Ukrainian cultural professionals who remain in Ukraine, so that they continue their work in media field, in protecting and documenting cultural losses, support their families, etc. Ukrainian Cultural Foundation is decision such programs, and we hope international cultural community will support us now as well as our future programs on post-war restoring of Ukrainian culture. If you wish to contact us for any question, proposals, please go to ucf.in.ua. We will be glad to hear from you. Thank you, dear friends, dear cultural community. We stay strong.